He should be around here because I said, oh, found him. Also, to the unfortunate part, though, that people were hoping about, knowing about this legendary comebacks, they are all shiny locked. I mean, I would totally understand that because you're just seeing them out in the open. You would have to like walk out of their existence if they even disappear like that. Whoa, 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 hey, hey, hey. Okay, we're good. Yeah, you would have to like walk out of their existence and then respawn them again just to even see if they get shiny colored or not. And that's gonna get a little bit tedious, if you ask me. All right, Articuno, let's see what music they chose for this one. Oh yeah. Da, da, da. Ba, da, 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 da. Oh yeah, that really takes me back. I don't know if this is like the remix they used for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Unless it's their own remix. But yeah, we've got Articuno using a good old Kanto legendary theme. And it also has sheer cold. That's gonna be a pain in the ass. And it's dead. Like the moment it's gonna do a critical capture, that's when you know it's gonna be a capture. Since I just got that catching charm when I started this DLC. Like it's making this a little bit easier. Hurricane? Jesus. I didn't even know it had that move. There it is. There it is. The moment it does a critical capture, it will catch it. Just like old times, right? Fucking waste like 40 Ultra Balls just to even catch an Articuno. It wastes a lot of your time. Jesus, Murphy. The moment it does a critical capture, it makes it work. Because every other attempt I tried, it was either 1 to no shakes. That's literally all it took. Right, so maybe I could do a couple more. I'll do some blueberry quests to get more snacks. Just to see what other legendary Pokemon I can get next, and then... yeah. I guess I wouldn't like call it there, seeing as it's more of like a cliffhanger of some sorts. More so that like it's getting pretty late in the morning and I would probably want to record another session for another time. All right, I grabbed enough as I can. I think I have like what, 750 points. I did as much as I could for like a good while. I should be able to at least have like 3 or 4 snacks worth candies. Also, the director of Blueberry called me saying that I've been doing so well with these Blueberry quests that he wanted to give me advanced ones. So hopefully I get more points out of it. All right, let's see how much it's worth. We got 30. So the next legendary should be Raikou. Okay, that's kind of close. The only two Pokemon that I'm missing in my collection are Lugia and Verizon. Those are the only two that I'm missing, and also Miraidon, which is the exclusive. Raikou treat. Yeah, there was a day and me and old Raikou went racing up a mountain together. That Raikou, it's no slouch, that's for sure. Kept dashing past me and taking the lead. I was huffing and puffing and muttering some colorful things as I chased that wily Pokemon. But in the end, we were sitting side by side on top of that peak, gazing out upon the massive and majestic desert that covers the land to the north. It loves the snack you have there. Alright. So what's the next one? We got 40. So the next one should be Entei. Okay, so we have two of them now. Speaking of Entei, I do recall this one particular encounter. Wouldn't you believe it? I simply ran smack dab into Entei while out adventuring in Paldea. You know that stretch that's dotted with mines? And everywhere you look, there's another hole? Well, there was Entei popping through those caves like it was having a grand old time. I don't like to be outshone, so I did my best to keep up with the feller. Hoo-wee, what a chase. We ended up all the way to the coast side by side as we gazed out over the endless blue. Seems to be a lot of like sun gazing with legendary Pokemon with this guy. I'm wondering if this guy used to own these Pokemon. Oh, I get it. If I do group quests with friends. Ah, I see. Then that means I'll get there faster. Okay, I get it. Right, so if I do quests with like in a union circle, then that means I can get there faster. But I wanted to check back in my dorm here. Because I know I wanted to add some more upgrades to this little club. Oh, looks like you have something here. Oh, hey there, Brian. What brings you back up here? I just wanted to chat. To chat with me? Well, aren't I the popular one? By the by, how's that Blueberry Pokedex of you? Oh, he talks about the Pokedex. Okay. You know what? I'll make sure to remember that when I actually complete it, because the only two Pokemon that I'm missing in the Pokedex are actually the Paradox forms in Pokemon Violet. Unfortunately, I don't have Pokemon Violet, so that is entirely out of the question. I take it he's up there. The location of Entei that he just talked about should be around here somewhere. Or maybe he's down there. Yeah. Yeah, like maybe... Oh, there he is. He's just standing there. Oh, that's right. I remember now. They did remodels of these three Pokemon. You can definitely tell by Entei's model here. He definitely does look much better than he was in the other later games like Sword and Shield. He does look much better. Oh. Do, do, do. Ba, ba, ba. Yo, okay. Okay, so maybe this is not a remix. Maybe they didn't do remixes of these particular themes. They just added the music where they came from. Because you can hear the percussions and the sounds and everything in this theme. That this has been, like, this sounds like it was taken straight out from Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver for the Nintendo DS. This is where their theme came from for the legendary beasts. Right, so now that I've wanted to try, like, Terapagos against these guys because they're not really that far off on their levels. Oh, I see. So it can change its type at will to make it not very effective. I get it. Hope it doesn't crit here. Okay, good. That definitely is like a callback though. Like, Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver were like really fun games to play. In fact, I think I was playing it again at one point when I was up at the cottage during my mom's wedding. I played like the third Pokemon Ranger game and also Heart Gold. I've been like wanting to actually shiny hunt with soft resets for any of this, like any of the Johto starters. I've been wanting to see how I can go at it with like soft resetting a shiny instead of like easier methods. I wanted to see if I can have a go at it. In my Brilliant Diamond save file, I'm still trying to shiny hunt for an Arceus. I'm still doing that. I'm telling you, I'm fucking telling you, the moment it does a critical capture animation, that's when it gets caught. There's no way in hell that I was actually going to manage to do it with 3 shakes. Three shakes and some chips. Right, so that was Entei. And I think I remember seeing Raiku's location being right over here. It's like on top of that lake in that spiral mountain. There you are. Yeah, you know what they really should fix in this game? The freaking controls on the flying with Koraidon and Miraidon. Like, it's still bonkers to me that I have to do up and down, like, and it goes up and down. I can't, like, tilt down and it would get itself going upwards. Like, that's what planes are supposed to do. And I've probably seen that happen. All right. We'll do Raikou and then we'll stop the recording session and we'll continue on from the next one. This is not, like, end of story or something like that. I could definitely see, dude. Yeah, I could definitely see too that they did some minor changes to Raikou. I think it was Raiku's theme that I did like out of the three of them. Oh, you take a lot more to hit. Does anybody like remember the triathlon? They called it like a Pokeathlon in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. What was the point of that anyways? I know it was like an extra feature they added to the game just to like add some fun to it. I forget what kind of rewards you get for doing that, but I thought it was an interesting idea they did. I think one of my favorite out of like RPG game modes they added into this franchise was Pokemon contests. That was a staple in Gen 3 and they continued it in Gen 4, which I think they should have really kept going with, because I could see them doing like really competitive stuff with like online and stuff, like see which one's the best. And you remember in Sun and Moon, they did like a battle royale, which only consisted of like 4 Pokemon at a time. Yeah, I don't think that game mode was gonna go anywhere in the meta. I don't think so. Oh, and you remember rotation battles? Rotation battles and triple battles in Gen 5. Yeah, that also wasn't gonna go anywhere in the meta. They might have had something like that back then in like the VGC, but probably as like a side event. Right, so now I'm actually starting to see that the music they chose for all these legendaries, they're just like straight up rips from like the games they just came from. So like they didn't even remix this at all with the legendary beast. They just took that piece of music from the DS game and put it in the game. So if I ever do come across like Dialga and Palkia, actually I don't even know if Dialga and Palkia are in this. Like I know they're part of a Terra Raid event, but I don't even know if they're out there in the wilds. They really should have added more. You remember that? You remember that thing that was going around with a water type Reggie called ReggieTube? Yeah, I know that's a real thing. Believe me, I've seen it. I've seen it come around on Twitter. That's a real deal. It's a really cool idea too. It's made up of tubes. And the crit happens again. Whoopee! Can't do it with 3 shakes. I have to do it in a crit capture. Well done, mate. Well done. But I think I've been through so many quests now. I should be able to get so much here. 50 snacks I get. Oh, Cub Foo. You can actually find it in the wilds and not like a DLC event from Sword and Shield. My mouth is so damn dry though. I need to keep getting water. I was adventuring off in Paldea when I saw Cub Foo training. I ambled up right up to it and asked, "Oh, hard at work training, are you?" Why, the two of us gone on like a house on fire. We trained together for a time till Cub Foo seemed to be itching to move on. But it left me a gift. It plucked up a hull of the bamboo sprouts that grew nearby just for me. So I think it must be around like the bamboo area in Paldea. Now, I'm not sure if somebody pointed out that you can get these multiple times unless the order that you get these snacks is like randomized. So for 60, I got Suicune. There we are. So now I got all 3 of them. I do recall this one particular encounter. I spotted Suicune once while I was out enjoying that famous lake you've got in Paldea. Like the big one. We ended up having a little contest of skill, seeing which one of us could get all the way to shore fastest. What is this guy even on? Like, do you know how fast Suicune runs on water? We were off like a shot, but that Suicune, well, it runs right over the water, now don't it? Me being just your everyday human, the best I could manage was a nice solid backstroke. It was a fine race though, mighty fine. Even if that Suicune did end up beating me by a whisker. What kind of human are you to be as fast as Suicune? What even are you? 70, I got Groudon. Hey. I'll be able to listen to that nostalgic tunes again. I did spy old Groudon once back in the days when I was adventuring around Paldea. You know the huge cave system under that one town? I never can remember that name. Anyway, the name don't matter, except to say that that's the place where I saw that feller. I thought to myself, well, if that ain't Groudon, and I gave a big wave of my arms to say hello. What else are you supposed to do when faced with the continent Pokemon, I ask you? So anyway, I did that, and then it showed me its huge fearsome claws, that it did. And then what happened? Then what happened, Did you run for your life? Reshiram, hey. Get to hear some nostalgic Unova legendary music. Speaking of Reshiram, I saw it with my own eyes out near a town that I passed through in Paldea. It was a town where a lot of hardworking folk lived, the type that get their hands dirty. I'm trying to figure out which one that was. I think it was to the east. I'd climbed up to a nice height to look out upon all their hard work carved into the landscape. I was just remarking to myself what a fine show of effort it was, when I seemed to feel a presence behind me, and when I turned, a boom. There was Reshiram right at my shoulder. I figure it must like good old-fashioned hard work too. I think it was 80 that I just got, so let's see if I get 90. Yep, I got 90. And that would give me Zapdos. I climbed right up to the tippy top of one of those lighthouses you've got in Paldea, and I was taking in the view looking over a distant city. When, wouldn't you believe it, the heavens broke wide open, and rain started pouring down on me. I thought I'd better get out of that mess in a hurry, so I turned to head down again. Then the whole sky lit up like a huge crash of lightning, and Zapdos came flying out of nowhere. It blew right by me, quick as a flash. I got 100, so maybe it'll get me Moltres? Glastrier, okay. That's the frozen horse that Calyrex rides. I was off hiking among Paldea's peaks for a bit of fun, mountain climbing being a bit of a hobby. I was trekking up and up those snowy hillsides, and I figured I must have been nearly to the summit when I came across some ruins. Perhaps they've been a house once? The walls still looked sound enough that I thought I could take shelter and have myself a little rest. I'd no sooner drawn close for a look than this Pokemon had appeared, white as the driven snow. Glastrier has been sleeping inside. When it popped its long face out, its long face, The fright nearly froze my heart. Got 110. So that should get me Ho-Oh. Oh, just one off. Just one off of getting Lugia. Speaking of Ho-Oh, now this is a real old tale from those long ago days when I just started out as a trainer. Of course, this is taking like the anime flashbacks. I was down in the southwest of Paldea near the cascading waterfalls down there. I'd been up through the night training without rest to try to make my Pokemon stronger. Then Ho-Oh appears in the sky above me, glittering and sparkling bright as you ever saw. I'd sure like to believe that it appeared there to cheer on me when I was trying so hard. Does Ho-Oh really do that though? Like, does it like grant wishes or like gives puts into people's dreams? I got 120. That gave me Latios treat. Wait, I don't think Latias and Latios don't even have their own themes. And I don't even think they're that frightening. One day I ran smack dab into it, brazen as you please, while I was up in the northeast Paldea, see? We couldn't speak each other's language, but I got the feeling it was telling me to follow it. So I gave chase when Latios flew off and I ended up climbing these mighty steep cliffs. Next time I looked up, I realized I'd come to a small lake nestled in between some jagged cliffs. It was a secret spot, all right. Hey, I got 130 now. So I should get Moltres. There it is. So now I got all three of the birds. But there's still plenty of more in this list to go through. I was off doing a spot of rock climbing over in the western Paldea at the time. The weather was sure something else that day. Sandstorms were kicking up in the whole desert. My mouth was as sandy as the ground. I'll say, my mouth is so dry right now. Like even yesterday and even today, my nose is also dry too from being so runny this past week. I was about ready to call it quits when Moltres appeared in a blaze of glory, so bright you could see it through the blowing sands. I don't know if it meant to cheer me on, but it certainly did, and I completed my climb that day. So how many more do I need? Well, shucks. I reckon you gotta earn one of my special snacks if you say one more group quest. You know about group quests, right? They'll start appearing once you tackle a whole heap of BBQs with your pals using the Union Circle. Okay. So I have to actually do the rest of the quests and get these other legendaries with other people. So they actually want you to play with other people to even do this. You can't even do this solo. Oh my god. I mean, to be fair, like, you could have just gave me some advanced quests that would have actually helped. I don't know what they were doing, man. Like, group quests, really? Like there was someone that I actually managed to ask on John's Discords to trade with me the other two Paradox Pokemon in the game that are exclusive to Pokemon Violets. If we could look at the Pokedex here. So this guy was missing these two Pokemon, Gouging Fire and Raging Bolt. The two that I was missing was Iron Crown, the Paradox Pokemon. It resembles a mysterious object introduced in a paranormal magazine as a cutting-edge weapon shaped like a Cobalion. And the new one, Iron Boulder. It resembles a Pokemon described in a dubious magazine as a Terrakion that had been modified by an evil organization. So now that makes you curious about what happened in the future in Pokemon Violets for there to be an evil organization. Oh, and also if you get all the volumes for this Pokedex, the Blueberry Pokedex, you get a Master Ball for the last award. So now that actually makes it up to 3 Master Balls in this game that you own.